Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1412, 9 Tips for Finding a Job After 50 or After You Have Retired, by Kathleen Coxwell of newretirement.com. And I'm Dan, I'm your host, and I'm with you every single day reading to you from some great blogs that cover all sorts of work-related topics. So right now, let's get to our post from Kathleen as we optimize your life. 9 Tips for Finding a Job After 50 or After You Have Retired, by Kathleen Coxwell of newretirement.com. Working as long as possible is a recommended retirement strategy for almost everyone. There are so many benefits to working as long as possible, and they're not only financial. Working keeps you young, happy, and healthy. However, not everyone wants or needs to do it, and finding a job after 50 can be hard. Here are some of the reasons why and tips for making it easier. 1. Know that finding work after 50 can be hard. A study by the Government Accountability Office, GAO, found that common barriers to employment for older workers can include salary expectations that are too high. You've been working for a long time. You've built up your earnings, but you may need to compromise on your pay as your skills might not be as up to date as they once were, and pay for your job may not be as high as it once was. Maybe you can get more flexibility or ask for another kind of compensation. Younger bosses. It seems to be human nature to want to work with people who are like you, but to keep working, you may need to get comfortable rubbing elbows with people from different generations and make them comfortable with you. Out-of-date skills. Technology and our culture is changing faster now than ever before in the history of humankind. Whether it's applying for a job via the web, email, or a tweet, or actually being able to operate the computer applications you might need for your desired career, technology and changes in technology can be completely overwhelming. It can be hard to keep up, but you must. And the good news is that if you can adapt to these new systems, you are guaranteed to keep your brain in top working order. Learning new ways of doing things is arguably the best way to keep your brain young. Expensive health benefits. The older we get, the more expensive health premiums can be. Companies can be reticent to bear the burden of those costs. Bigger companies will be less impacted than smaller firms. And bias. Old habits and ideas die hard. We are only at the beginning of reinventing what it really means to be over 50, and stereotypes still exist. Unfortunately, many people still think of 50 as the beginning of decline rather than a vibrant time. Be aware of the biases and work hard to combat them. 2. Have an optimistic mindset to find the right job after 50. Betty Friedan famously said, quote, "Aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength." End quote. That kind of attitude is the exact right ticket to a new job. You need to approach your job search wearing your experience as a badge of honor, while also being open to the new. Having a great attitude about your age and aging can not only help you get the right job, research indicates that it can also keep you youthful. Psychology Today reports that, quote, researchers identified that having positive self-perceptions about the benefits of getting older can create a self-fulfilling prophecy by helping someone stay mentally, physically, and psychologically younger. End quote. 3. Identify what kind of job you want and why. There are countless stories of people over 50 completely reinventing themselves. If you've always worked in sales, there's absolutely no reason why you have to stay in sales. At this stage of your life, you are more you than you ever have been. Make sure that you are hunting for the job you really want. Do you want to work for yourself? Part-time or full? Is salary the most important consideration? Do you require benefits? What do you want to be doing and with whom? 4. Market yourself and network online. You need to network and market yourself to find the job you really want. Nowadays, that usually means doing things online. LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn? LinkedIn has become the de facto resume clearinghouse and online networking site. If you're looking for a job, put yourself on LinkedIn and network through your online connections. Facebook and Instagram. Different people have different ideas about what's appropriate and comfortable for posting to social media. However, if you're job searching and you're comfortable doing so, post about what kind of job you are looking for. X. Many people network and make professional connections on Twitter, or X. If you are job searching, it might be useful to get more active on this platform. And your own website. If you're going into business on your own, you may need to create a website or some kind of online presence through Yelp or another platform. 5. Make your resume more timeless. You don't want to hide your experience, but taking the focus away from your age is probably a good idea for your resume. Here are a few ideas. A. Make it short. A 3-page resume with every job from the last 30 to 40 years is not necessarily the way to put your best foot forward. Career experts recommend shortening your resume, only including relevant and recent work and experiences. B. Eliminate graduation dates. Eliminate those graduation dates from schooling. They're not important. C. Update your email address. Many of us got our personal email addresses 30 years ago and are still using them today. However, that address could be making you look old and unprofessional. Try to have an address that displays your first and last name, and use a current domain like gmail.com. D. Use your cell, not landline. Sure, connectivity can still be a problem in places, but most 20, 30, and 40-somethings only have a cell phone. Having a landline might highlight your age. And E. Include your social media info. Definitely give your LinkedIn URL. Hiring managers use this platform more than any other, and they often want to see who you know and get a more complete picture of you online. If you are active professionally on other social media platforms, then include those too. Don't include if you primarily post for friends or family or a hobby unrelated to your career objectives. 6. Give yourself a careful makeover. Before heading off to an interview, consider carefully your hair, shoes, and clothes. You want to be timeless, not dated. As most of us wear casual clothes at work these days, your interview suit is likely woefully out of date and could hurt your chances at a job. 7. Use online job search services. If you're looking for a more traditional career, here are numerous online resources that can help seniors find jobs. A. Workforce 50. Workforce50.com has jobs and information to help navigate your job search or a search for a new direction. Search jobs by location or with one of our favorite employers. B. Retired Brains. Find work from home, part-time, seasonal, and online retirement jobs, as well as resources for starting your own business and more. C. RetirementJobs.com. The goal of RetirementJobs.com is to identify companies most suited to older workers and match them with active, productive, conscientious, mature adults seeking a job or project that matches their lifestyle. And D. FlexJobs.com. FlexJobs is the leading job search site specializing in the best remote, part-time, freelance, and flexible jobs available. Find a better way to work today. 8. Get creative. As you near retirement, you may find that you can be more creative and flexible about your work. Could you benefit from passive income? Passive income streams can be the perfect income for retirement. Could you work from home? As you near retirement, you may want more and more flexibility. Working from home can give you just that. Can you work just part-time? Part-time work is another great flexible option. Or could you earn money online? The internet has not only revolutionized how people access information and buy products online, but also how people can make money and create their own side incomes. And 9. Assess your reason for work. Retirement is your time. It's important that you think carefully about how you want to spend these golden years. Work has so many benefits beyond a salary, but that salary can be important for many of us. Make sure that you have a good understanding of your retirement finances. You just listened to the post titled 9 Tips for Finding a Job After 50 or After You Have Retired by Kathleen Coxwell of newretirement.com. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. We all have non-negotiables. Maybe you never skip leg day or have to take your morning walks. But when your schedule is packed with kids' activities, big work projects, and more, it's easy to let your priorities slip. Even when we know what makes us happy, it's hard to make time for it. Therapy can help you reclaim control of your time and values. And make no mistake, therapy is for everyone. Whether or not you've been through significant trauma, therapy can be a great tool for setting boundaries, learning positive coping skills, and ultimately becoming the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/workdaily today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/workdaily. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it filters out incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster, and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. And thank you so much to Kathleen for this great article. She is the head writer over at New Retirement, and New Retirement actually started because their founder's mom needed help. A while back, Steve's mom came to him asking to borrow money. He wanted to help, but he wasn't sure that a loan was the right long-term answer. He wanted his mom to be able to retire without constant worry about her finances. So Steve tried to get guidance from a financial advisor, but he discovered that that advice is expensive, and his mom didn't need investment management. She required holistic long-term planning focused on drawing down her assets and making good decisions around benefits, real estate, cash flow, insurance, and more. And this type of advice is not the specialty of most advisors. Well, it turns out that Steve's mom didn't need a loan. She needed a long-term financial plan to make the best use of what she already had, prioritizing what is important to her. So Steve built some spreadsheets and financial models and figured out how she could have the comfortable retirement she wanted. And that is the foundation of New Retirement, which is a platform that enables anyone to build a plan that is right for them, their resources, goals, values, and priorities. So come by newretirement.com to learn a lot more, and a big thank you to them for letting us share their work. But that's going to do it for today. I thank you so much for staying with us until the end, and I hope to see you right back here again tomorrow for more OWD, and that is where your optimal life awaits.